Hey all, it is Sunday, July 18th, 2021, and I, alongside my little friend Nikolai here, are going to be showing you a pepper review today of a pod labeled the Red Mushroom. First, we're going to confirm whether or not that's what this actually is. We'll do that in just a minute. Hey everyone, welcome back. It has been a while since you've seen me. And if you're wondering why, it's because I've had nothing to show you. Uh, the growth has been slow this year. Not as slow as last year, but still fairly slow. We've had quite a few plants that are smaller than they have been in previous years. It has to be just the old soil that I'm using, even though I've tried to reconstitute it a couple of times. It might just be time to completely replace it. Things are growing, some are growing better than others, so maybe that's not the case. I planted two different plants in the exact same stuff. One of them is like 16 or 18 inches tall, the other one's over 2 feet tall. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine on this one. But that's neither here nor there. We are here to try out this. This is one that was labeled a red mushroom. Now this, I mean, at a glance like this may look like a mushroom, but if you Google it online, you will see one that looks a little bit different than this. It's this end comes out more. So I can't really confirm whether or not this is just based on the first pods of the season. It's close, and I haven't found anything that's quite the same as this. If you search flat red pepper on Google, you're going to get a bunch of different bell peppers. You're going to get Bishop's Crowns and Mad Hatters. And the two things I know this are not for certain is a bell pepper and a Bishop's Crown. There's just no way. So I actually don't know anything about this. So we're going to go take a looky look at the plant, and I'll do a little quick research and we'll be right back. See you then. So this is what the plant looks like, be it ever so humble. It is not a large one this year. A few of them didn't get very big. This is one of them. However, it did manage to produce a couple, and that's what we were looking for. It doesn't have to be a record breaker to be a successful plant. We see that we have pretty much across the board one pepper per node. One here, one here, one in each of those. And it doesn't have the shape of the red mushrooms that I've seen online, but that is what it was labeled as. So this is the one we're going to be trying, and let's hope it's delicious. So as you see, this is one of the plants that did not do great. I've used fertilizer, I've used the same soil that I've used many years in the past. I guess it just wasn't in the cards for this one to do amazingly, but that's okay, because like I said, we don't need record breakers, we need one. So looking at the actual red mushroom, those look very much like a Scotch bonnet. This could be a derivative of a Scotch bonnet. I have seen similar ones in the past to this one that were labeled Scotch bonnets, but I also know that there's no way this is a Scotch bonnet. I have a feeling, just my quick prediction, that this is not going to be very hot. But I am prepared. Speaking of hot, the first intro to this video was actually shot outside, and a lot of my ice melted in just the 30 seconds that I shot this video, and I managed to catch a couple of flies in my ice there. So I won't be drinking from this today. I'll be drinking directly from a milk jug if necessary, but it's still quite cold. Should be good to go. Let me get this opened up right quick just to take a quick look at it. Pretty thick walls. This smells It doesn't smell like a super hot for sure. The walls are quite thick for its size. We can get in there and see it. I mean, it's only that thick, and I barely sliced off the top there. So I mean, this is all just flat on the rest of this here. It's pretty thick. It's got a good smell. I'm trying to place which one it's closest to. Some sort of annuum. This might be closer to like the smell of a bishop's crown. Maybe that's what this is a variant of. I'm not sure, but only one way to find out. Cheers. This is not a heat face. This is a... I took like 2/3 of the seeds face. Ugh. I'm gonna get the seeds down. The heat isn't bad, but... Oh gosh. I don't know what it is about... I used to be able to eat the seeds no problem, but these are pretty big seeds. Took about half of the thing itself there, and a good portion of the placenta there in the middle, and the heat is very, very tolerable. I would definitely say this is not a Scotch bonnet. It is, I mean, well, okay, it could be a variant of a Scotch bonnet. The flavor sort of lends itself more toward an annuum, like a or not an annuum, like almost like one of the macadams. It tastes very much like a bishop's crown. The heat level is, I don't know, like a good jalapeno so far. I like a good jalapeno. You know, it's not like one of the really mouth-numbing, terrible. Every so often you bite into a jalapeno that makes you wonder what it's a hybrid of. This is completely tolerable and manageable. Not disappointing in any way. The flavor is good. I wasn't expecting it to be terribly hot. But I don't think this is a genuine red mushroom. It's already dissipating a little bit, and the milk, I just put it straight to the back and straight down just to get everything that was caught back there down. And it's kind of gross to describe, but it's just not enough heat for this to really bother me. Cut around the seeds right quick, and the rest of this will help me determine what flavor profile this is closest to. It is sweet though. It does have a good flavor. That has to be a bishop's crown I'm comparing it to. And given that the descriptions that I've seen on the red mushroom were saying that they were the Capsicum chinense, and we only saw the one per node, tells me this is A, either not a red mushroom, or B, that they're wrong. I'm gonna go with it's probably A on this one. This doesn't taste like a chinense. It definitely doesn't taste like a habanero or a Scotch bonnet. So this was labeled a red mushroom. I'm probably going to put it up with some sort of variant on a bishop's crown. It's hotter than a bishop's crown by far, because I've never had any heat from one of them, and I grew them for years. I actually still have one out there. It's good though. It's good. It's probably a good one for someone to get started with. You know, if you're trying to build your tolerance level up, it actually might not help much with that. This is akin to what you get from something like store-bought hot sauce, which, by the way, this is delicious. I'd never tried it before a few weeks ago. Yeah, there's not much more I can say about this one. It's been a while, so I wanted to get something out there. I actually have something pretty exciting coming up here shortly. I just have to make arrangements to make it happen, and I have a feeling it's going to be very entertaining. But that'll be, it might be as soon as within the next couple of days, but it might be next week or something along those lines. But keep an eye out, and I will see you for that one. Take care.